My name is Nderitu. I'm an ophthalmologist who works from London, and I work in Moorfields Eye Hospital as a retinal specialist. I also work as a senior research fellow at the Institute of Ophthalmology in London. At ARVO this year, we're able to present results for one of our big global consortium studies. So this study is called GlobalRETFound. So GlobalRETFound is an international study that aims to create a global medical foundation model. And so the idea is that previously when we create these models, foundation models, the data has been from Western countries, but has not included data from underrepresented regions like Africa, the Middle East, and South America. And so that's what GlobalRETFound is really about solving. So we've got a big consortium of members from around the globe who are willing to share data with us. And so we've got two innovative ways to share data. So we've essentially pioneered this way to share synthetic color fundal photographs. And so we send our collaborators a piece of code that helps them to create this model, and then they just send us this synthetic model generator. Otherwise, they can also send us some real anonymized data. And the key is we've been trying to collaborate with global partners from these regions that are underrepresented. And so in this ARVO, we've been able to show that we've had a really huge amount of enthusiasm for the project. We've got 203 different global partners from 74 countries, and a lot of those countries have been from South America, Africa, the Middle East, and others. So we're really starting to see better equity and inclusion. And with that, the most exciting part has been how many people have been able to send us real resources. So really scaling up data sharing is quite challenging, but using this dual approach of synthetic images or real data, we've managed to get over 40 different synthetic images from all around the globe, as well as real anonymized data from over 30 or so different partners. So overall, we've had a huge amount of interest in the study, but also lots of assets coming through. And so with that, with the data that we've created, we've been able to train a new foundation model, which we're calling GlobalRETFound Beta. And the results that we showed was, one, the model was much better at detecting different eye diseases, but also diseases from around the body, systemic diseases or oculomics, better than the best other foundation model trained on more narrow data, so Dino V3 model. It was also better at predicting the age of a patient from a fundus image, and we know this is an important biomarker of systemic disease. And also it was better at extracting different biomarkers from the back of the eye, so segmentation. So really interesting to see that increasing both the scale, but actually importantly diversity of the data that you include in these foundation models helps them perform better. And it's really encouraging to see this approach working, because we hope this becomes a blueprint for other medical specialties that can take some of our protocols and make a foundation model for dermatology, radiology, but maximizing both scale, but importantly diversity, and showing that you can use synthetic data to overcome some of the governance and security issues of sharing real data. One of the things that we wanted with GlobalRETFound was also to make sure that we share the model actually with both participants within the group, but actually it will be made as open access model for research. And we especially want to have the groups who have been underrepresented, who've now got data sets, to validate the model and see how well does it work, for example, at detecting diabetic eye disease in a cohort of people from Africa or South America. And our hope is that the model generalizes better, so it does better in these populations, because now we've included their data within the training set. And so what we want to see is that they can use our open access tool and create these research validations of this approach. And then the downstream effect of that will be that when people create models in the future with equity in mind, it means that now anyone in the world will be able to use a model, but also they will have a better guarantee that that model will do well within their population, because inclusivity and training has been thought about from the outset.